A very pleasant good day, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ and outside the body of Christ. Well, once again, this is your Christian brother Eric Braxton speaking to you all from his beloved country, Trinidad and Tobago, the land of my nativity, the land of my birth, Trinidad and Tobago, this wonderful island country that is in the blue Caribbean Sea. Well, brothers and sisters, I was watching a video about the Arab-Israeli conflict, and I was listening the views of the Israeli, the Arabs, and the Christians. And the Palestinians are saying they want Jerusalem as a capital. The Jews said Jerusalem will be the eternal capital of the Jews. The Muslims say they want Jerusalem as a capital. The Christians are siding with the Jews, are seeing Jerusalem, the Jews, and accept the Jews believe that Jerusalem is the eternal capital of the Jews. I just want to say, and then the name of the video was Who Owned Jerusalem? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I ask the question, is Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Israel, is it floating in space? It is on the moon or on Mars? No, it is on the earth.
That's right.
So therefore, to answer the question who owned Jerusalem, don't you all know everybody could figure it out? It is simple. The mathematics is simple. Let me carry you all to the book of Genesis. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. But when God created the heavens and the earth, were there any man upon the earth? No. If we continue reading in the book of Genesis, man was created on the sixth day, but the earth was created before man. So that tells us that the earth belongs to God. Now I ask the question, where Tel Aviv, Israel is? Is it on the moon? No, it is on the earth. But who made the earth? God. But we see when God made the earth, there was no man. So that's the answer. God is the one who owned the earth, and therefore God is the one who owned Jerusalem. Am I being too funny? No. Why cannot the Palestinians figure out that? And why cannot the Israelis, the Arabs figure it out? It's so simple. It's right in the book of Genesis for one and all to figure it out. And that mathematics is so simple as 1, 2, 3. Yes, my dear friends. So God owned Jerusalem because Jerusalem is on the earth. It is a geographical location right up on the earth. So God owned Jerusalem. God also owned Washington too, because the White House is built up on the earth, not upon the moon. Am I trying to be funny? No, I'm talking about the earth. Whatsoever man build is right up on the earth. They are not building it in the air. So they are building it up. They are whatsoever structure they set up. They are setting it up on the earth, and the earth belongs to God. And Psalms 24, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof. I didn't say so. I'm mainly quoting from the Bible. Okay, Sandra. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, and the Jews, the Palestinian man is saying, I will not go to East Jerusalem. And he's saying a lot of people do not go to East Jerusalem. A lot of the Jews not going to either the northern part of Jerusalem or different towns of village and that, because they are divided. The Muslim don't trust the Jews don't trust the Muslim, the Jews don't trust the Arabs that are citizens of Israel. So there are mistrust amongst them, and then Hamas is fighting against the Israelis, the Israeli fighting against the PLO. Well, of course, in the past, but things are more quiet between Israel and the PLO. But for Hamas and Hezbollah and Iran. But I want to say to one and all my brothers and sisters in Palestine and in the Arab world, and of course to the southern kingdom, which is the house of Judah, because there's only 3 tribes, Judah, Levi, and Benjamin. They are the southern kingdom. And to the Arab world and to the Christians that live there, and other people of nationality, British, American, whatsoever, who make Israel their home, I just want to say to one and all, yes, and they say, concerning the Arab-Israeli conflict, the Palestinians are saying they want to establish a Palestinian state with Jerusalem as the capital. When the Jews are saying that can't happen because Jerusalem is our eternal capital, and therefore they are fighting over that. When will that end? Will that fight continue forevermore? The answer is no. Will the Arab keep on, will the Palestinian keep on penetrating even the territory, the Gaza Bank of Gaza Strip, the radical ones, and enter into Israel to stab up the Israeli citizens of the police and get killed in the process? Or take up the backhoe and run down the road and damage cars and everything in the spot, and the Israelis soldiers shoot them and kill them in the past? All these things will continue to happen before Jesus Christ comes. Will the Israeli soldiers keep on shooting down the Palestinians as they do? It will continue till Jesus Christ comes. Will the 6-day wars and the 5 days wars and the 20 days war between Hamas and Israel continue? The shooting and the bombing, the suffering on both sides? Unfortunately to say, it will continue until Jesus Christ comes. But when Jesus Christ comes and he set his foot upon the Mount of Olives with the two holy super archangels, Michael and Gabriel, is accompanying Jesus Christ in the city of Jerusalem, and Jesus Christ sat upon the throne of David with a rod of iron in his hand, ruling over the nations of the earth, with the saints who will be priests and kings of them over all the nations of the earth, when he comes to establish the kingdom of God upon earth, upon this earth, the divine government of God upon this earth. Jerusalem will be the headquarters of the world, because Jerusalem is in the center of the world, according to the late Robert W. Armstrong. Ladies and gentlemen, that Palestinian man who's saying, I don't want to go into Jerusalem, the Hamas fighters and the ordinary citizens of Hamas in the Hamas community, boys and girls who hate the Jews and say we don't want to go in the city of Jerusalem. Well, I have big news for one and all, ladies and gentlemen. When Jesus Christ sat up on the throne of David and began his 1,000 years reign, well, it's forever and ever, but let us say a million, 1,000 years reign. But really forever and ever he coming to reign upon this earth. Now, when he started 1,000 years reign in Jerusalem in the future, don't you know Jesus Christ will be welcoming everybody from every nation in the city of Jerusalem? Only doesn't know that. He bringing everybody in the city of Jerusalem. So these Palestinians and them saying they don't want to go into Jerusalem, they will come in the city of Jerusalem. These Arabs and them, all the Arab nations, who was a few of them start making treaties with Israel, as the first with Egypt and Jordan. I think Bahrain established treaty with Israel, so they're following Egypt and Jordan footstep, and that is good on their part. I wish to see more Arab nations join that pack and recognize Israel's state, the right to exist as all nations upon the earth, as any nation upon the earth. But the rest of them out want to wipe out Israel, annihilate all the Jews. But the seed of David abide forevermore. They will fail in that process miserably. They'll never wipe out the Jews, but that is in their intention. But they will fail miserably. God will preserve the Jews and keep the Jews forevermore. Having said that, so all these other nations, Arab nations, who is enemy to Israel, when Jesus Christ comes, he will be fighting all nations in the city of Jerusalem. In the city of Jerusalem. And when he bring all the nations in the city of Jerusalem, everybody will appreciate Jerusalem as the city of God, because that's what is called the city of peace, the righteous city, the faithful city, the city of God. And all in the Psalms, God dwelleth in Mount Zion, which is Jerusalem. So you see, God himself will be inviting mankind into the city of Jerusalem. In other words, when Jesus Christ sits up on the throne, he will be telling the nations, I created this earth, and I created this earth before you all. When I created this earth, read it in the book of Genesis, there was no man upon this earth. Of course, I created the angels too, before mankind. And look, I am God upon this earth, Jesus Christ is telling them, I am the Holy One of Israel, and I am inviting all people that I make, the human family, into the city. So the Brazilian, all come up here. The Palestinian all come up here. The people of Norway all come up here. The people of Turkey all find all the way in Jerusalem. The people of Trinidad and Tobago all find all the way in Jerusalem. Because I make all you, just as I make the earth. And I am fighting you all to come here because I own mankind and I own this earth. Because when I created the earth, there was no man. And I put mankind here. And this is my city. And I am inviting everybody to come to my city, which is the city of Jerusalem. So Jesus Christ will be teaching mankind that Jerusalem is for everybody. That is my message to you all. This is the teaching of the scriptures. Whether you all accept it or not, that is exactly what the scriptures teach. Because even in the Old Testament, we see Gentiles from different Gentile countries leaving the Gentile country and coming into the city of Jerusalem. For instance, the finance minister of Queen Candace, I think it's Queen Candace, in the book of Acts, with the Ethiopian eunuch, he left Ethiopia and he came to Jerusalem to pray unto God. And where he met Philip the evangelist who baptized him. Because he was in charge of the money, the finance, the treasurer of Queen Candace, I think it's Queen Candace or the Queen of Ethiopia. And he come to Jerusalem to pray. You remember the prayers of Solomon when he built the temple? He said that anybody who leave any nation, Gentile nation, and come in this house and pray, that God should answer the prayers and fulfill the wish. So even Solomon recognized, no, well, God is trying to say that people, Gentile people, will leave in the different Gentile nations and traveling to come to Jerusalem. And the Queen of Sheba left her country with her people and came to Jerusalem to visit King Solomon. And that has been going on over the centuries, over the centuries, where people are leaving all the countries of the earth and finding their way in Jerusalem for pilgrimage. And that is taking place right now. So when Jesus Christ comes, that will not stop. He will be continuing inviting the nations. And in the book of Zechariah, make it, spell it out for everybody, where all the nations of the earth will leave the country and come up to Jerusalem once every year in the Feast of Tabernacles in the 7th month to worship the Lord of hosts in Jerusalem, Jesus Christ, as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So where Jesus Christ will be inviting all people to go? On the moon? No, in Jerusalem. Where Jesus Christ will be inviting all the nations to come up? On the planet Mars? On the planet Jupiter? No, right in Tel Aviv, Israel. Everybody will be in all the countries of the earth, and even the First Nation people, all in Brazil in the jungle, they too will be going up to Jerusalem. Oh, they is not left out. All the thing they is left out too. All the American tribes in America, North America, the Tomahawk Indians in Canada, and the Cherokee Indians on the different registration, and the different Indians community throughout America, the First Nation people, the indigenous people of America, in the United States of America, all of them will be leaving the place where they stay now, reservation, the community, and going up to Jerusalem to meet Jesus Christ. Oh yes, and don't forget my brothers and sisters in Australia, the Aborigines. They too will be leaving Australia to go up to Jesus Christ. And not all the things, since they are sort of backward people and they're walking around half naked and uneducated, or they will remain in the country. But Jesus Christ will only invite the educated people of the different countries to come up Jerusalem. That is wishful thinking on the other hand. That's not happening. All mankind will be leaving the country and to come up to Jerusalem. And that includes all the First Nation people and the indigenous people. Although don't believe that, well, you only will see that in the future. Everybody will make in the way in Jerusalem. Jerusalem will be the city for one and all, because it is a city of God. It is a city of our King, Jesus Christ. This is a teaching of the scriptures. Although don't accept what I say, but read it for yourself in the scriptures, especially in the Psalms and Old Testament and New Testament. So you all will see that. As I have seen it. Yes. So Jerusalem will be the city, because it's the city of God, and there where Jesus Christ will be sitting in his headquarters and the temple in Jerusalem. Yes, of course he's God. He could, faster than the speed of light, he could go down in Brazil, disappear faster than the speed of light, because Jesus Christ is traveling more than a billion, more than 100 trillion miles a second. He's God. And you reach down in Trinidad, but he's not doing that as a flash of speed of light and reach going out this country, like I'm going to that country. No, the people coming up in Jerusalem to see him in the 14th chapter of Isaiah, Zechariah the prophet, book of Zechariah. So all people will be making the way in Jerusalem. So Jerusalem will be the city for everybody. So Palestinian boys and girls, lift all your hand in the air and wave. All will be coming to the city of Jerusalem to see Jesus Christ. All the Arab nation, all will lift all their hands in the air and wave. This is glorious good news for mankind, that all the Arab nation all will be finding all the way in the city of Jerusalem to see God himself, Jesus Christ. All the African country, all will lift all their hand and wave. All will be coming into the city of Jerusalem to see the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords himself, Jesus Christ. This is a teaching of the scriptures. All mankind will be making their way in the city of Jerusalem. So Jerusalem is a city for everybody. In other words, Jerusalem is a city for mankind. Jerusalem is a city for the human family. Jerusalem is a city of the human family. Why? Because the one who made mankind will be dwelling there. The one who created the family will be there. And he will be inviting all mankind that he make in the city of Jerusalem. Is I making up this? Eric Braxton making up this? Where did Eric Braxton get this from? Right in the Bible, the holy words of God. Read it for yourself, ladies and gentlemen, and all will see that what I'm telling you all is the truth. Yes. So right now the Palestinians fighting over Jerusalem, and the Jews want to hold on to Jerusalem. Well, when Jesus Christ come, all fight will be done, and he will be bringing peace for one and all. So Hamas and Hezbollah, all will be coming in the city of Jerusalem with no guns and no bombs in all your hand, because the God of peace will be there, and you all will make it all the way in the city Jerusalem in a peaceful manner, because Jerusalem is the city of peace, and that applies to every manner jack upon this earth. The people of Trinidad and Tobago and the people of Brazil and Barbados and Grenada will be making the way up in the city of leaving the country and going up to Jerusalem in a peaceful manner to stand before the God of peace. Yeah, Jesus Christ are bringing all the different people up there to fight against one another. No, because he's a God of peace. Yes, oh yes. Yes, that's what the nations will be coming up there for. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is wonderful news to the Jewish people. This is wonderful news to the Palestinian people. And this is wonderful good news to all the Arab nations. And of course, Persia, the Revolutionary Republic of Persia. And to all the Ayatollah leaders, whether they accept it or not. So Jerusalem is for everybody. Well, majority of the Arabs and Israel and Persia, Iran want to kill out all the Jews and claim it for themselves, and want to wipe out the Jews. Well, God will not allow that. He will tell all the Arab nations when Jesus Christ comes and sit upon the throne. Jesus Christ will tell all the Arab nations, the city of Jerusalem is for all you too. This is for the house of Judah. All you didn't know that? Well, I telling all of that. I know all was ignorant to it, but now I'm telling you all that. Yes, Jesus Christ will tell all the African nations, the city of Jerusalem is all you, for all you too. This is for the Jewish people. It is for everybody, the whole human family. This is wonderful news, and I'm giving it to you all. Whether you all accept it or not, that's a fact. That's the fact of the matter, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all over the world. But don't take my word for it. Open up the Bible and read it for all yourself, and you all will see what I'm teaching you all and telling you all. It right as the pages of the scriptures. And the 14th chapter of Zechariah spell it out clear for everybody, crystal clear. All the nations will believe in the earth to come up to Jerusalem and to worship Jerusalem in the Feast of Tabernacles in the 7th month. And the nations who refuse to come up to Jerusalem, he will rebuke them and curse them afar off. There will be no rain, no blessing upon them. And if Egypt and the families of the nation doesn't want to come up to Jerusalem to worship the Lord of hosts, neither to keep the Feast of Tabernacles, upon them shall be no rain. And rain symbolizes blessing. And he will rebuke the nation and force them to come up to Jerusalem. I didn't say that. The scriptures say that. I merely parrot quoting what the scriptures say. Read it for yourself in the scriptures. They'll be making the way in the city of Jerusalem. So that is wonderful news. That is wonderful news for the wonderful world tomorrow, when Jesus Christ comes to establish the kingdom of God upon this earth. Oh yes, no man will be left out. Everybody will be making their way in the city of Jerusalem, all the nations of the earth. The nations of the earth. Because Jesus Christ is God himself. And he created the earth. And he placed mankind upon this earth. That's why he's inviting one and all to come up there. And keep in mind, when he created the earth, there was no man on the earth, there was no Jew, there was no Palestinian, there was no human family. And he created the earth before mankind. So when he come back on his own earth and sitting up on the throne of Jerusalem, he's inviting the said human family that he created to come up there to see him and to meet him. I say that too. The Bible teach that. Read it for yourself. But I know the Palestinians and them are ignorant of what I see. Yes, except these Palestinians who are Christians, they will know that if they read it and understand it. And they listen to what the pastor teaching them, what I teaching them, they will know it in that context. And of course, I know the Jews know that. I know the Jews know that. Because they read the scriptures, so they will know that, what I'm talking about. You see? You see? You see? But what I teach, what I telling you all, that is not in the Quran. So I expect the Muslims to be ignorant of that, to what I'm saying. But this is good news for them if they listen to what I say and what I'm teaching them. And well, those who reject what I say and say Eric Bragton doesn't know what he's saying, well, that's the fact of the matter. They will not be able to change that. So everybody will be coming in the city of Jerusalem. In Jerusalem, the city. And Jerusalem is called the city of God, the peaceful city, the faithful city, the truthful city, the peaceful city, the righteous city, and it is called the holy city. In spite of all what took place in Jerusalem, it is called by these names. Yes. Oh yes, so think about what I say now. And to those who have doubts and say what I say not true, well, pick up the Bible and blow the dust out it and read it for yourself. The original King James Bible. Go through the Psalms and other texts in the scriptures, and all will see that for yourself. And then end with the book of Zechariah, where the nations will be coming up to the earth in Jerusalem. Read it for yourself. All you feel like just parroting and talking this over my own head now. This is a Nancy story I given all you. Well, I sending all it to the scriptures and read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. So this is wonderful news, and therefore I'm sharing this wonderful news with you all, and I get that wonderful news from the Bible, the holy words of God. So I'm sharing it with you all. So that all those who are ignorant of that wonderful news and watch this video will have a knowledge of that wonderful news now. Mm-hmm. 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 In no other name, in the mighty name of Jesus Christ, amen and amen. Shalom, peace. See you all in the next video soon. Bye bye, my friends. Yeah, we're saying that.